everybody got some potential. Everyone has potential, and it's like don't don't grow old and like not try to reach that full potential that you have. And then I went to this tournament, and it's just insane. Like
It sounds
it's
like
like
it.
you think to yourself, how good could someone really be? I also want to earn my way. I want to earn my way. If something comes up where I'm able to get like a big fight against a tough opponent, like a more well-known opponent, like yeah, that would be great. I want to be champion, man. Like that's the dream. With age kind of comes a time where you maybe have to like refocus and redesign how you train to kind of do what's best for your body. So
All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with UFC fighter Jonny Parsons. Johnny, how we doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. And Johnny, man, you got a fight coming up. Talk us a little bit more about that matchup and how things are going.
Yeah, man, things are going great. Fight camps are always tough. Fight camps are always tough, and I think that's a tough fight camp makes for an easy fight sometimes. So I'm always prepared.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome, man. And with your fight coming up, I mean, are you doing a lot of sparring and stuff? Talk to us a little bit more about how you're kind of doing with your training camp.
Yeah, not too much sparring. It's kind of when I was in Thailand, I would do some sparring on some days, but kind of more the focus has been more on like S&C and mobility. Um, been really big on mobility this camp, just because I just want my body to feel as best as it can, and I think with age kind of comes a time where you maybe have to like refocus and redesign how you train to kind of do what's best for your body. So yeah, I've been putting a heavy focus on mobility and just trying to loosen up my body and make sure that I can keep going, maybe 10 more years.
Nice. No, that's definitely awesome, man. We're looking forward to that. Now, with your fight coming up now, you're fighting the Apex. You were also there, when you were on the Contender Series. Are you excited to be back in the Apex? Talk to us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, nothing compares to fighting in an arena, but I don't mind fighting at the Apex, and um, definitely gonna the best thing I would say is that the cage is a little bit smaller, so I think it complements my style of that kind of not pressuring too much, but kind of that stalking pressure where I could kind of inch him closer and closer to the cage. And, with the cage being a little bit smaller, that process will be a little bit shorter to kind of get them in that sweet spot that I like to have my opponents.
Yeah, no, very nice, Johnny. And with that being said, I mean, if you get a big win here, I mean, how quick do you think we can maybe see you back in the cage in the future?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do things way more smart this time around, and I think the last fight I didn't realize how much, the fight, how much stress the fight put on my body, and just I'm gonna really make sure after this fight that I put a heavy focus on recovery and also continuing that like mobility.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome, man. And with the UFC PI being pretty close to the Apex, I mean, have you been using that at all? And if so, what's maybe some of your favorite things about it?
Yeah, once I got back to Vegas and was in the PI, I was thinking to myself, yeah, Thailand's real cool, but you know what else is cool? The PI. So yeah, I've been definitely taking advantage of all the services there. Been doing strength and conditioning, physical therapy, getting my meals and stuff. So it's been great. The PI is such a great resource, and I'm grateful to have it and grateful to be a fighter on this roster.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And when it comes to your fight coming up, I mean, who's going to be coming to watch you? I know you get a couple tickets to kind of bring your friends and family. Who you going to kind of bring out for the show?
You know, unless by any chance my wife and the kids would prefer to watch it at home, the 4 tickets will go to them. But at the Apex, the tickets they give out are only for your fight.
Okay.
So
Wow.
they'd come for my fight, they get to watch my fight, and then they'd have to leave for the next, um, the next group of people that come in. So the Apex is tight. So that's cool that they did what they could to allow, because every arena show you get 4 tickets, but then you wouldn't get that at the Apex. But they recently changed it up to allow, they give each fighter 4 tickets, but their people can only watch their fight.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know that. And when it comes to your corner and stuff, I mean, how does the UFC kind of help you out with your corners, kind of bringing them to the Apex and whatnot?
Yeah, so it would have been cool to bring someone from Bang Tao in Thailand to come, but it just with the schedule, it just doesn't line up. So I'll be having my striking coach that I work with in Vegas, Master One Kick Nick. He's going to be in my corner, and then also probably maybe one of my students, and then also I recently asked Chris Curtis if he'd possibly want to jump in my corner, and he said he's always down. So that's a good buddy of mine. So it'd be cool to have him in there. Plus, I'm fighting a southpaw, so it'd be nice to have like a solid southpaw body to warm up with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, speaking about you fighting a southpaw, man, I mean, like we talked about the last time, I mean, you had the method to beat all southpaws, so you should be feeling pretty confident going into this matchup, right?
Yeah, definitely. I always feel good. No matter how rough the camps get, I almost feel like the rougher the camp, the better the performance has been for me. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good about the matchup. I think he's a young fighter. He still has a lot to learn and a long way to go. And I'm sure he'll catch up someday, but it's not going to be August 10th.
Right. No, I definitely I'm looking forward to that, man. And when you have your fights coming up and the UFC does the weigh-ins and stuff, like they usually like kind of do it in order and stuff, and you're standing right by your opponent, and then you have to do the stare down. What kind of goes through your head to do all that different stuff with the weigh-in?
Man, I don't know. I feel lucky in that none of that stuff really bothers me. None of that stuff really bothers me. Nothing really psychs me out. The day of the fight, I'm like nervous, but I feel like I have a strong ability to deal with it, and yeah, so nothing really phases me.
Nice. No, that makes sense. And when it comes to your walkout and stuff, I mean, what's walkout song you going to be walking out to? And then for your walkout, do you practice it at all before you do it, or is it just kind of go with the flow?
Yeah, I just go with the flow. I usually like it's something that I've always done. Like so, like when right as I walk out before I start like walking, I just hit a little bit of shadow boxing, and then I hit my walkout, and yeah, I was going through the playlist the other day. Some songs were playing, and this song popped up, and I was like, you know what? I'm walking out to that song. It's called "The City Is Mine" by Zonti.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a cool song, and you know what? The city is mine, and it's gonna be mine on August 10th.
That's right. That's right. No, I'm looking forward to it, my man. And I was watching on Instagram today. I mean, we talked about it last time too. I mean, your kicks were your kids were fighting, and their kicks were looking pretty strong, man. I mean, and you mentioned too that you were a coach. I mean, what do you kind of do to get your kids' kicks a little bit stronger and whatnot?
When it comes, I got a lot of advice that I give my students, but when it comes to the kids, especially my youngest boy in the video that you were watching,
Yeah.
he really he don't listen. He don't listen. So everything he does and shows, that's all monkey see, monkey do.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, he don't listen, and in those kicks, man, like yeah, it's just kind of developed over the years. I've
No,
been
he
trying to
kicks
get
hard,
him
man.
to keep his hand up, but he just I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe he likes Sean Strickland too much, so he just be like, like this. But yeah, he don't listen too well. So like his form and stuff when it comes to Muay Thai is pretty amazing, because that's all just from like being in the gym, being around it, watching fights, and yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's definitely amazing, man. And how old is he now?
He just turned 8 last week.
Wow. Yeah, no, he like I said, he's definitely kicking hard for 8 years old, man. Definitely some
Yeah.
good stuff. And speaking of Sean Strickland, I mean, there's an old video of you sparring him a long time ago. I mean, talk us a little bit more about that, man.
Are you talking about the 3v1?
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, especially after that video started to really make its rounds recently, I was like, man, I wish I would have tried a little bit harder.
Right.
But it just seemed like one of the other guys that was with us was trying like really hard. And I was kind of like, I don't want to try too hard. But actually, it's kind of hard to fight one person with two other people kind of in the way. Even at one point in the video, one guy shoots a takedown, and I was just thinking like, whatever. So I just kind of grab him, put him in a body lock, and then the third guy is trying to punch Sean, and he's basically just like punching me in the side of the head, the back of the head. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a funny video, man. And you mentioned a little bit earlier that you're looking to try to fight for maybe like 10 more years. I mean, what's maybe some of your goals in MMA at the moment?
Man, I I want to be champion, man. Like that's the dream, you know. Like
Yeah.
like why do it if not to do it to be the best or to climb those ranks and be the champ, you know? Um, I feel like I'm already halfway there. According to MMA math, I might be the GOAT. I beat Shoney Carter, who
That's right.
beat Matt Serra, who beat GSP. So according to MMA math, I'm the GOAT. I'm the welterweight GOAT. So, I still got a ways to go in these rankings, but I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's definitely cool. And with that being said, man, I mean, if you get a big win, I mean, are you looking at any opponents on maybe who you'd like next in the future?
Yeah, I'll take anyone that's ranked higher than me for now. My whole thing too right now is like, yeah, if I can get that like quick route and get those big fights and move up the ranks like that would be cool. But at the same time too, like I also want to earn my way. I want to earn my way. If something comes up where I'm able to get like a big fight against a tough opponent, like a more well-known opponent, like yeah, that would be great. But I also have no problem kind of like having to work my way up little by little if that's what needs to be.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. We're looking forward to you climbing the rankings. And you mentioned your Shoney Carter win. I mean, do you think that was your most memorable win? And if it wasn't, which one do you think maybe was your most memorable win in your career?
I think it's a tough call between the London fight and then in 2017 I went to Maui and fought a guy who was on maybe like a 3 or 4 fight win streak, like all first round TKOs. I think he might have been like he needed just one more win to like secure a spot in the UFC, and they brought me out to Maui to fight him, and they were expecting when they researched me, all they see is like a 155er, so I definitely shocked them. I went out to Maui, was pretty much brought out there to probably get beat up, and then what do they call that? Oh, I upset the guy. So he was actually a champion in another Hawaiian promotion, but we fought for kind of like just kind of a belt on another show in Maui that isn't as frequent. So yeah, even though it was like it was just like a belt. Like he was still like the champion in another promotion. So I definitely upset the champion out there. So yeah, it was a crazy fight. I threw him off because when they look me up, they see 155er and they see orthodox, and then I come out in the fight. I had a strategy because I was recovering from a broken foot, and I couldn't like for a while when I was training and recovering from that broken foot, I couldn't really have my right foot as the back foot. So I got very used to standing southpaw, and I happened to have some good southpaw training partners to kind of test my theories. and I developed some good things, and I told myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna go into this fight southpaw. I'm gonna stand southpaw the whole time, and I think I got the way, and I ended up knocking him out 3 minutes into the first round.
Jeez. Yeah. Wow. That's definitely a cool story,
Yeah,
man.
oh, and
And
it was cool because um, I brought my son out. Well, actually, my brother-in-law, he flew out to Hawaii and flew my oldest son out. And after I won, I got to throw him on my shoulders as they put the belt around my waist. So real cool experience for him, especially because when I fought Shoney Carter, that was also for like a little regional belt. And I remember when I left for the weekend to go fight, and then I came back home with the belt. Man, my son was so hyped. He was so hyped. So for him to like be part of that, and then for him to go to Hawaii and see me take out the hometown champion, and get to go on the ring up on my shoulders, and then so many years later, he's following in my footsteps. He went 6-0. His overall record in Thailand was 6-0. So
that's awesome.
it's awesome.
That's definitely a cool story, man. I'm glad you added that part in. Definitely some cool stuff. And speaking about your titles and stuff, I mean, when it comes to like your fight gloves, your fight shorts, and even those titles, I mean, what do you typically do with that stuff, man?
Um, like I'm one of those guys that kind of like I'll wear that stuff to training.
Okay.
you know. So I like to wear old fight shorts to training. Um, Nowadays they are really beat up. So like I'm not really wearing any of those old shorts anymore, but I still got them. Every time I'm purging the closet, I'm like looking at the stuff and I'm like, I can't get rid of it.
No, no, you definitely can't. What do you do with your belts? You still have them?
Yeah, they're up in the closet. There's been a handful of times where like I've displayed them, but I think I need to like get a proper like little stand for it to stay on, because one of them's like a little flimsy, and then like I don't know, just like trying to like stand them up without a stand, they kind of get messed up.
Fair
So
enough. Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense, man. And outside the cage, man, what do you typically like to do when you're not fighting and whatnot?
I mix it up, but I would say I like to game. You
Okay.
know, I like to game different ways. I don't maybe game as much as I used to, but I like to play Fortnite with the kids, because that's
Nice.
another thing. My oldest son, he's so good at Fortnite, so it's like when I play with him and like we're winning, it's fun.
Right.
It's always fun to win. I'll hop on Call of Duty and just get wrecked, and I'm like, I can't play this. Like I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes of my life just getting like wrecked on a game. I've been trying to do better about playing like single player games and experiencing the story and things like that. But a real big thing I like to do, I got some buddies on it, and every now and then we go. There's this place in Vegas called the HyperX Arena,
Okay.
and every Saturday they do a Mario Kart tournament.
Oh wow. Okay.
I thought I was really good at Mario Kart. And then I went to this tournament, and it's just insane. Like,
It sounds
it's
like
like
it.
you think to yourself, how good could someone really be at Mario Kart? But it's insane. Like, you would never think the skill gap could be that wide. But yeah, there's some people that they're just savages at Mario Kart. But it's a real cool thing because like they have like a stage, and you're racing on the stage, and they do everything. They stream it online.
Oh
It's really
wow.
cool. It's a really cool spot. Like if you're ever in Vegas and you like games and stuff, you got to
Yeah.
check out the HyperX Arena. It's at the Luxor Casino.
Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. So when you're doing Mario Kart, I mean, what are you playing on when you do the tournament?
It's a Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch. Okay. Very
They,
cool.
they they supply everything over there. They got like a bunch of really nice PCs and different consoles and stuff. It's a real cool place.
It definitely sounds like it. That's pretty neat, man. And when you're playing Fortnite and stuff with the kids, what do you play on a console, PC? What do you use?
Yeah, I like to play. I like to play on PC, but sometimes I'll play on the PlayStation. That's what's so cool about Fortnite. It's cross-platform. So
Yeah.
there's been times where one of us is on the PC, one of us is on the Xbox, one of us is on a PlayStation, and one of us is on a Switch.
That's awesome. No, it's definitely some good stuff, man. I'm definitely glad you play that. I like Fortnite too, man. Definitely some good stuff there. And Johnny, man, it's been awesome talking to you. Thank you so much for coming back on the show. What's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
Final message, man. Sometimes I'm on the spot lately and they ask you these questions and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. My final message is, everybody got some potential. Everyone has potential, and it's like, don't grow old and like not try to reach that full potential that you have.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that's an awesome message, man. It's definitely really important. And Johnny, like I said, I'm super glad you came back on the show. And we're looking forward to your return, my man. It's been a long time coming, and best of luck on August 10th, my man. I'm looking forward to it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you again. All right. See you later, my man.
Later.